On Tuesday, March 28th, State Senator for the Cape and Islands, Julian Cyr, held a community informational session at the Harwich Council on Aging to talk about all things energy and climate change.
Right, so for Cape Codders, for Islanders, the climate crisis, this isn't some hypothetical thing, right? We're living this on a daily basis.
Attendees were able to learn and ask questions about the ever-increasing cost of electricity on Cape Cod and about the future of Cape Cod's delicate lands and climate.
We've got some pretty significant, pretty daunting long-term challenges, right? We know that in a couple hundred years, if the sea level rise continues, living on Cape Cod and the islands is going to look very different. But then in the much more near term, right? Anyone who's spent any sort of amount of time here, you can see how our storms have worsened, how our seasons are changing. This is like really weirdly nice for the end of March, right? And in Massachusetts, actually from Rich Delaney and the Center for Coastal Studies, we're losing 65 acres a year in the state of Massachusetts due to flooding and coastal erosion. So on the Outer Cape, according to the Boston Globe, Outer Cape beaches, those barrier beaches, are losing an average of 3 feet of shoreline each year due to increasingly intense wave activity.
Cyr also informed the public about the Massachusetts government's plans to increase electric infrastructure, strengthen energy collection with offshore wind turbines, and decarbonize many of Cape Cod's buildings.
So we're at like this critical moment, and we've been at a critical moment, and I think back to what would have been possible had we taken action sooner. But that's not the world we're living in. And so right now, what we do on the climate crisis will determine whether future generations can prosper or even survive here. And this is all about doing everything we can to put Massachusetts on a roadmap to net zero carbon emissions by 2050, which we've done, and then putting us on a plan to bolster offshore wind, to rapidly electrify our cars and our public transit, and then decarbonize our buildings, which I think right now is one of the 3 things we need to do.
The event was recorded in full and will be posted on the Cape Media Center's YouTube channel.